Hello, Andrew Bisker here. Today I'll be talking about Animal Dead Leader's 2014 album, The Joy Emotion. Almost forgot the name, I'm not sure how I could have. But if you're curious, the background this time is the band members. You got Matt, don't remember the Javier. Yeah, Javier is the name, I think. And you got Tosin. Awesome band. They're prog metal, prog rock. I would say prog rock, but they have some lighter parts that feel more prog rocky. But today I'll be talking about their 2014 album, The Joy Emotion, just giving it overall ranking. Hope you enjoy it. Let's hop into it. First song is Kascade. I had this song as my wake-up ringtone for so long, and it feels so weird going out of my way to listen to it. But this song, like many other songs of the album, feels very hypnotic and almost like trance-like with all the weird polyrhythms. It almost has like a Meshuggah effect. If you ever listen to I by Meshuggah, it's 21 minutes long, and by the end of the song, I'm in like a whole trance, like I'm being brainwashed by Raw, whatever the vocalist does. Jen is an amazing vocalist, but Kascade, I would give the song a 9 out of 10. It's, I think, the longest song off the album. Yeah, it is the longest song off the album, but I think it drags a little bit, but I still think it's a 9 because every moment that it drags, it's still giving you something worth listening. But yeah, that wraps that track up. Now let's talk about Lippincott. And if you're curious about these names, I don't know what these names are. They named the song really stupid things in my opinion. But Lippincott has this same song before. They have this hypnotic vibe to it. The double kick part at 3 minutes and 55 seconds in, around that point, really revives the song. I personally am a really big fan of this song. I do think it gets a little boring because you've already heard the ideas before near the end. But that little double kick part, as I mentioned, because it really elevates the moments, allow it to still flow. But one standout part of this track is the ending. You're probably thinking, the ending, no one cares about the end of a song. It's the end of a song. But I think a lot of songs will either do a fade out or they'll end it abruptly and it just doesn't feel complete. Sometimes it's great, sometimes it's not the best. I think this album has a lot of good closer moments, and Lippincott is no exception. There's like a little guitar chord at the end, it really closes off nicely. It feels like a complete package. The whole song feels really complete. It's all these songs are adventure. But yeah, that's Lippincott. I think it's a 9 out of 10 song. Again, the reason I'm not giving these 10 out of 10s is because they're just not my favorite. And I personally do believe that these are 9 out of 10 experiences. All my opinion is subjective, so that's more power to you if you hate the song. Well, that said, let's move on to Chrysalis. I personally give the song a 10 out of 10. I didn't like this song at first, but then I realized it has this really sleepy, dreamy atmosphere. It's very relaxing. It feels like there's something I'd be playing in a daydream. And they really play with a lot of really cool time signature moments that would feel jarring in a different setting, but in this setting, they just end up sounding very hypnotic. Most songs, again, use a fade out, but this song absolutely closes off very nicely. I don't remember exactly how it does, but all I know that it's really nice. And then let's move on to the next song, Another Year. Another Year has a chill, jazzy vibe to it. I'm not sure what it is, jazz fusion maybe? I know Tosin, the lead guitarist, was talking about how he listened to tech death and then jazz, big band jazz if I remember right, so you can hear a lot of that influence in their music. But yeah, you don't hear much stuff like this. Around the midpoint is what kills my interest in the song, and the mix on this song feels like it's prioritizing this one guitar part that just doesn't feel like that's that important. So this song gets like a 7+ out for me. Say 7+. It's just not my song off the album, and I do think it's kind of boring, and it really, you can kill a song by having a bad intro, but a bad midsection, especially with these adventurous songs, you can have the most amazing outro, but if the middle of the song isn't good, it kills the flow, and it kills it for me. But the song is great, always makes you smile, and very good keyboard part, really creative. Next song is... This song is very groovy. One of the more metal songs off this album, and I don't really know what metal means. Metal is such an ambiguous term. Around my favorite parts of the song are like 113 and 220, and because it really picks up the pace around 113, I mean 1 minute 13 seconds. But that part in particular sounds like something off a waitlist in my opinion. The ambience at 220 is so pretty. If I remember right, yeah, there's a really pretty vocal sample or something that they're playing with in the back that really makes such a beautiful moment. Really, again, has a Chrysalis vibe, I would say. This is really what I want from Animal Dead Leaders, a good blend of heaviness and melody and atmosphere. I give this song a 10 out of 10. I could not ask for more. Next song, Tooth and Claw. Everyone lost it when they played this song live. It's There's many moments that are like are really satisfying to hear this flurry of notes where it's just don't really care about the pitch, it's just but the guitars play these little flurry notes. They're really satisfying to hear, and they have a breakdown in this song 2 times, which is not like it's a rarity in their discography. If I find that super heavy moments like this don't really come across that much, but it works. It really does work. It gives that dynamic of heavy and melodic, and it's overall just head bang or head bop or whatever you want to call it. How they blend the guitar and the synth on this song, especially on this song, blows my mind, because they kind of create one instrument by either following the synth line follow a guitar line, or guitar line follow a synth line, and they almost make this artificial, real, acoustic yet synth sound that is completely so awesome. Not much artists can do that very well, except some, and I think Analyzed Leader is one of them. This song is like, to me, a 8+ out of 10. By 8+, I mean like it's just not my favorite song off the album. I want to put this higher, but I genuinely just wouldn't seek it out. It's just not my favorite song. That said, let's move on to Crescent's an out of 10. And the reason why is like there's a good blend of heaviness on this. Nice percussive tone, but about 2 minutes, you get this really cool, pretty atmosphere on curious sounding sections. This might not be my favorite song off the album. I do think it's good. But that said, let's move on. The Future That Awaited Me. The Future That Awaited Me is, I don't really like the song that much. It reminds me of Chrysalis, but doesn't do it as well. In the same way that has a sleepy atmosphere, a relaxing atmosphere. I don't have much thoughts about the song. It really doesn't click with me. The song has like an acoustic sound to it, like it feels like an acoustic rock song, which again is a rarity in their discography. They really take a lot of risk on this album. But it doesn't really click with me. I don't know. It's not my song. 7 out of 10. Then we have Mexer. Mexer is has Latin / flamenco guitars. It gives Air Chrysalis vibes. If you can't tell, I really like Air Chrysalis, but it's executed extremely well, almost better. But it has a metal breakdown with acoustic instruments. It's odd. Once you really get used to it, it's kind of mind-blowing to me why they would think of that. The song just feels super complete. They may have taken a risk by choosing flamenco guitars, but it pays off amazingly. And one thing that I would give this reason why this song is a 10 out of 10 for me is just because this one feeling I get from certain songs where I feel like this would be something you'd fall in love to. Specifically, songs from Infinite Granite by Deafheaven do this, and this song does it amazingly. I give it a 10 out of 10. Very complete sounding track. Nothing more or less to say. So it's great. The next song is The Woven Web. The Woven Web, I give it a 9+, almost to a 10. I feel like I'm dreaming whenever I hear this. In the first half, again, the synth guitar blend that sounds almost like a blend of nature and machine is awesome. Woven Web's heavy bits really grooves. Oddly enough, some parts of the song feel victorious in a lot of manners. Again, just chill atmosphere like in Mexer, but closes it off with heavy bit, and it really just overall feels like a complete experience. Possibly one of my favorite songs off the album. And now to my favorite song off the album. I don't even need to give this second thought. Mine's Spun. I cannot say much about the song, except I can say a lot because I like the song, and it makes no sense. I always say that I don't have much to say about the song, then I go say a lot about the song. But this song is one of those songs. I feel like I'm losing my mind listening to this. It feels like feels like bits of Arithmophobia, which is another song by them, first song off of Madness of Many, which really is anxiety-inducing with their complex rhythm there. Just gives me a headache to listen to it at times, but it's awesome, and it really feels like I'm losing it. Gosh, the parts where it'll get super melodic and atmospheric and then go back to the most disgusting, gross rhythms you'll hear in your life. It just really gives he mentioned this in the live show, that the song feels like a bad trip where you take too much edibles or something. I don't do drugs. Don't do drugs, kids. Like he said, basically, it feels like you're taking drugs. And I can say that. It would feel like that. I've never done drugs. The song just feels like an out-of-body experience, in my opinion. Around 3:15. Oh my gosh, it's great. This is just my favorite song off the album. It balances that heavy, melodic, and spacey very well, and just conducts this sense of losing your mind. And the name of the song is Mind Spun, if I didn't mention that already, which really feels like your mind is being spun. Crescent. Now we're going to end this off on Nephele? Yeah, maybe. Who cares? Again, them with the weird song names. Nephele feels like they combined the first 4 songs took the best parts of those, and you got Tosin's signature nonsense guitar soloing, or quote-unquote nonsense. It's very much, I think, comes from a jazzy standpoint of just having a weird, it's lots of weird soloing on their debut that you get a little of on this song. Very fun. It's very, very, very fun to hear. That's when they do stuff from previous albums. Awesome heavy moments. Again, this feels like the first 4 songs, but all the good parts in one song. I have very little to say this time, and that's true because I didn't say much about the song, but thank you for watching. I get a song a 9 out of 10. I hope you enjoy this review. Maybe listen to it. Actually, you know what? Definitely listen to this. You really should. It's great. If you do, if you hate it, that's more power to you. This is Andrew Biskner. I am signing off. Bye.